Hi everyone, welcome back for another video. So a while back we did the unboxing for Nikke Duel Encounter. This is the new tabletop Nikke game. So I thought today we can just go through a very simple how to play kind of video. So first of all, we want to form a team of 3 Nikke. And what you want to do is you do want to form a Nikke from each burst type. So the burst is kind of like, an overpower or like a limit break kind of attack. So if you notice the status card, like Neon, she's a burst 1. Then we have Anis, who is a burst 2. And Rapi, who is a burst 3. For wave 1, we do have 3 other characters. So we have Diesel, who is a burst 2. Alice, who is a burst 3. And then Lita, who is a burst 1. So why do you want to form a team of Nikke from each burst type is because they can burst together and only they can burst in sequence. So you need to do like burst 1, burst 2, and burst 3, or you can do a burst 2 and a burst 3. So they can really combo off one another to really do some very devastating attacks. So once you have decided like which Nikke you want to use for your team, each Nikke comes with a stack of 10 cards. So you put all the cards together and that will form your deck. In terms of the card, of course, you wonder what the card effects are, you can just open like a Google translation app or something. So it can tell you like, you see, if you are in burst, this attack deals +3 damage. So you know that this is a burst card because there is the burst icon beside it. Then other cards, you will notice that if let's say the Nikke is facing forward, it usually is a attack card. So basically, this will tells you what is the range of the attack, or if only I can get it focused. Yeah, the range of the attack and the damage modifier, if any. So yeah, if you look at the text, it just state Neon Shotgun. So this is a basic attack. So if you see the Nikke facing forward, that is kind of your attack card. If you see the Nikke facing backwards, this is a card essentially is not doing anything. It's just a basic reload card. So if you see there, so in a way, like if the Nikke is reloading, she is on cooldown. And then if you see cards which have this red background at the bottom, usually is a utility card that gives various kind of effect. Like for example, you can like place this card in the status zone. So whenever you fulfill the criteria, the bonus modifier will take effect. So for this card, the next time an ally attacks during a burst, that attack receives +1 damage. So usually these cards with the red bottom are utility cards, and there's like 2 per Nikke, aside from the burst card, of course. So once you have decided your team, you form your deck, what you want to do is to prep the starting. So make sure that the dial is turned to the solid background. This is the starting location. How to read the dial is the first number indicates the hit points of the Nikke, and the second icon actually represents the number of damage that she deals per attack. So for this case, she will deal 2 damage every time she attacks. Then as the Nikke take damage, she will spin the dial down. Once they have reached red color, that means they are in burst mode and they can start to use their burst attack. If let's say they are not in burst mode and you use the burst card, it will just be treated as though it is a normal attack. Okay, so that is it. So once you have prepped your figures, there are 5 entry points you notice at the map. So you can just choose however where you want to place your figure to start. You can cluster them all together if you like. You can split them up. Really it just depends on what kind of tactical choice you want to do. So for a turn order, basically, okay, first to set up, you draw 5 cards. So for the turn order, wait, hang on, did I shuffle the deck? Okay, maybe I need to shuffle the deck first. Okay, so for a standard turn order, essentially what you will do is, let me put my deck aside. Okay, so what you will do for standard turn is you will move up to 2 times. You can move the same figure 2 times. You can move once, move another Nikke, or you can, if you want to, you can also choose not to move at all. It's a move up to 2, and then you can play a tactics card. So of course, if you play a attack card, you have to make sure that there is an enemy in range for you to attack. So for example, if let's say Neon is, okay, let's say I'm using Rapi for the attack. Okay, let's say I want Rapi to attack Anis. So you notice for the attack card for Rapi, her range is actually 2. So she can attack any Nikke up to 2 squares away. So you can see 1, okay, 1, 2. So Anis is in range. So she can launch an attack against Anis by using this card. Then, of course, the type of gun does affect the range. So, for example, if, let's say, I do have an attack card of Neon, because Neon is using a shotgun, you will notice that her range is only 1. That means Neon really has to be adjacent to the Nikke to actually use her attack. But then there are modifiers that can affect the range, the damage, and so on. Apart from that, one other thing that you want to look out for, let me see if I can find the card. If you notice this word essentially means it's a AOE type of effect. So like you can see Anis, because she's using a rocket launcher, so when she hits a Nikke, there is a splash damage to other enemies 1 square adjacent to the target. So for example, if Anis, in this case, using this attack card, shoots Neon, Rapi will be taking damage as well because of the AoE effect. So yeah, essentially that's how the game works. For turn order, you play up to you move up to 2 times, you play a tactics card, and then at the end of your turn, you can choose to discard any number of cards you like, and then you draw up to 5, and then the turn passes on to your opponent. If let's say your Nikke is knocked out, at the start of your turn, if you happen to have any of those Nikke cards in your hand, you can just discard the cards by default. So it won't clog up your hand. So the turn just continues back and forth until a player has successfully wiped out every single one of the opponent's Nikke. Or if you have to shuffle your deck twice, you also lose the game because you have run out of time. So when you run out of cards, you just take your discard pile, you shuffle back to form a new deck again. And if you have to do that a second time, you essentially lose because you run out of time. So if you choose to also, discard a lot of cards to, kind of get through a cards, you kind of also put yourself a bit on the time crunch. So far, I am liking this game a lot. I think there are a lot of tactical decisions, with the placement of the Nikkes, with the type of cards you use, because you only can play 1 card per turn. And yeah, with the various kind of card effects and everything, it does give it a very interesting kind of depth. If you ask me, I have played other similar tabletop games like, Fate Grand Order Duel. I do like Nikke Duel Encounter more, but of course, in terms of roster, Fate Grand Order does have a much bigger roster. So far, I am liking this game, but I hope that we get to see more characters soon. I know there is a Wave 2 announced, but so far, I haven't seen what are the characters or when Wave 2 will come out. But I am looking forward to that, and I probably will pick up all the characters in Wave 2 as well. So another thing to note, if let's say you're wondering where can you get all this for cheap, if you look up Mercari Japan, there are people that selling the whole set of 6 Nikkes, minus the promo cards. For like entire set can easily be like 6,000-7,000 yen. That is like really, really very cheap. So the reason why those cards are cheap, because people essentially they want these promo cards, right? So it features the Nikke in alternate skins, and if you are lucky, there is a chance where you can get a hot stamp variant. But more so of that, each box actually comes with a coupon, and if you have all 6 coupons, you can send it in to this to the company, and they will send you a signed card of either Anis, Rapi, Anis, or Neon. So essentially, because people want that signed card, so they take out the coupons from the box they have, they take out the promo cards, and essentially, yeah, they sell the rest of the stuff, the figures, the other playable cards for really very cheap. So if you want to get into this game without breaking the bank, do check out Mercari Japan. I've seen quite a number of these go on sales, like the entire set, 6,000-7,000 yen easily. So it is a good way to get into the game if you are not interested, like, in getting the signed cards or the promo cards for that matter. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think about this game. Do let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. It is something different, but if you are new to the channel, we typically do openings for White Source, Rebirth for You, Build, Divide, and Union Arena. And of course, the best way to see those content first is through a subscription. So remember, click subscribe, and we will see you next time for more opening. Bye now!